Coach news around the National Hockey League, particularly here in Canada. Why don't we start with the Ottawa Senators? Travis Green, the new coach of the Ottawa Senators. I like it. I think that this is a good fit. There was speculation on the work that Steve Staios, the GM, was doing, and maybe talking to Craig Berube. Would Todd McCullough be a fit? Your buddy Dean Evison did good work in Minnesota. They like the character of him, but it's Travis Green that emerges as the next head coach of the Sens. Why is he a good fit in your mind?
Well, look, I've known Travis a long, long time. And one of the reasons I think he really fits as an NHL coach is that he came into the league as a top scorer. Like, he was a top scorer in Spokane in the Western Hockey League. He was going to be an offensive center when he came to the Islanders. And then when he got there, just prior to that, I got traded there. And Pierre Turgeon got traded there. And there was no room at the inn for an offensive guy. So Al Arbor said, I need you to check. Well, Greeny didn't have a clue how to check, like most of us coming out of junior. And so he had to learn a different way. And so he was a scorer, then he was a checker, then he was a depth guy. He pretty well had lost his guaranteed spot. He was clawing and hanging in. And then he became a glue guy on a team. Like, he's touched every part as a player. As a coach, he's now, how old would Greeny be? He's early 50s, I guess. Yeah. He's had a long road of coaching starting in junior in Portland, and he's worked with young players. He's worked with experienced players. He's made some mistakes. He's had the opportunity to go backwards and kind of polish up what he might be better at. Why I think he's good and a good fit in Ottawa is that this is, no matter what we think of Ottawa and where they are in their rebuild, Dregs, they are really young. I think next to Buffalo, the youngest team in the league. Like, Buffalo is the youngest team across the board in the league. And you cannot win in this league if you are the youngest or near the youngest and you don't have good goaltending. Both of those things have to be true. So why I think Travis is good is because I know he realizes this is a really young group. I know he has the ability to coach and be really a stickler for details for young guys to learn. And, I know the previous group that was in charge had stated a couple of times, the rebuild's over, we're ready to compete. And I think this is an acknowledgement that that's not the case.
Right.
And when we talked to Steve Staios, when he got hired, and, I mentioned I had played with him before, Steve is about as methodical a person as you could be around. Like, he just is. He's just like, and then he hires Dave Poulin, and we've all sat there next to Pooley and his highlighters and how he's got the neatest notebook in the history of broadcasting.
Yeah.
And so their hire, to me, makes perfect sense that it's a details first guy. And that's why, they got a lot of work in Ottawa ahead of them, because they're loose around the edges and they are young. And their goaltending is iffy at best. And now you got, how long's the deal, Dregs? Do you know off?
Well, it's multi-year. I've heard 4 years. So,
so there's some time to put this together here.
Agreed. Yeah.